Okay, let's start then with the Telegraph Sports Supplement then. Arne is more intelligent than Ten Hag is their headline regarding the Dutch Messiah found Anfield's promised land. A lot of pieces around Arne Slot then heading into the weekend. Jack, are you surprised it hasn't been formally ratified and announced? Slot saying that he can't say anything until it officially has been.
No, I think they're always delicate things, these matters. I think it's fairly clear that it's obviously going to happen. There's been a lot of reporting around it, and I think Arne Slot wouldn't even be entertaining the questions if it wasn't going to happen. But they're very carefully planned things, these announcements, and often drag on a lot longer than anyone was expecting. But in terms of such a big club, this one's been done fairly quickly by the looks of it, with not too much leaking out along the way. So I think it's only a matter of days now by the sounds of it, and everyone seems fairly confident that it's going to happen as well.
What's your take on the Dutch angle there, Mark, in the Telegraph? Do you feel that they're probably trying to restore some pride with the Ten Hag connection? It seems like an Eredivisie title isn't necessarily a guarantee of success in the Premier League.
Yeah, there's a really nice little line in Ollie Brown's piece in the Telegraph where he says that Erik Ten Hag was the future once. And the point he's making is that 2 years ago, Erik Ten Hag was coming over with similar profile pieces about what a great innovator he was, what a great team his Ajax team was, and how he was going to bring attacking football to the Premier League. But it's not really happened. And I guess, Arne Slot's coming with similar promotion. Dutch managers in the Premier League haven't really been that much of a success. I think Gus Hiddink had a brief spell at Chelsea where he had some success. But beyond that, it's not really, considering what a strong football nation the Dutch are, that they haven't really had great success. Louis van Gaal wasn't too successful at Man United. Erik Ten Hag is struggling a little bit at United. So, Arne Slot has got a massive job on as it is already, having to replace a legend at Liverpool in Jurgen Klopp. But, he's got to come across from a league with the Eredivisie, which isn't what it was 20 years ago. That, it's been a long time since a player came across from the Dutch league and did well in the Premier League. So it is a big step. It's a massive leap. But I guess, I've read the piece, and there's a lot of people in Holland are saying that he is different to Ten Hag. He's got a bit more charisma, a bit more personality. But he's not even the best manager in Holland this year. He's second. His team is second to PSV, to Peter Bosz. So how good is he? We don't know. Obviously, Liverpool is a better squad to inherit than Erik Ten Hag inherited at Man United. But there are a lot of questions about Arne Slot and whether he can make that leap, because so far nobody's been able to make that leap from the Eredivisie to the Premier League from a manager's perspective. So it's a big gamble by Liverpool. No matter how much he's talked up in Holland, it's a big gamble.
How key is that word personality? Jack, go to the Times Sports Supplement. Slot on Slot. It's actually quite an emotive piece because Owen Slot, Times chief sports reporter, has rediscovered his Dutch heritage through his late father's research, and goes in trail of some Owen Slot anecdotes as Arne Slot anecdotes as well. Do you feel, though, that the personality is key after succeeding Jurgen Klopp, or in a way do you need to go a different way? Would an introvert be better suited than trying to replicate the extrovertism of Jurgen Klopp?
I don't think an introvert is ever going to be too much of a success at Anfield, given the emotion of the place, and especially the emotion that's been driven by Jurgen Klopp. You're going to need someone with a huge personality to come in and take people with him at that place and get everyone on board, considering what Jurgen Klopp's delivered at Anfield over the 9 years that he's been there. It's a great piece by Owen, a really, like you say, emotional piece. And there's a lot in there about the character of Arne Slot and how much of an impact he can have. I think even just seeing clips from press conferences, the one that you've had Gary Cottrell at today, he's somebody with a bit of wit and can carry himself in those situations, having to do so many press conferences as he will as Liverpool manager, and someone as well that's not afraid to chip in. There's a little tale in there about how when he was towards the end of his career in a game against Ajax, he stepped up as a substitute, told the manager to start him, and told the manager exactly what system to play. They did that, beat Ajax 4-0 and stayed up. So I think someone with that kind of personality, intelligence and confidence as a character is always going to have the attributes to succeed as a manager. But like Mark said, it's a huge test for someone coming over, taking on a club of that magnitude. He's got the personality. Everyone says he's got the tactical intelligence to do it, but no one really knows how they're going to cope until they get in there. He's never really been tested too much in terms of crises as a manager. I don't think he's ever lost consecutive games at Feyenoord. So if ever there's any slip at Liverpool, the scrutiny is going to be nothing like anything he's ever experienced. So be interesting to see how he copes in those sort of situations.
Certainly was. I think he'll be watching PSV lift the Eredivisie title this weekend as well, which probably won't be too heartening for him. There is that piece, Mark, you mentioned about Oliver Brown, in the Telegraph. Absolute winner. Slot treated there like a demigod, in his homeland in the Netherlands. What are the ambitions for Slot? What would the expectations be, do you feel, next season? Do you think where they are now, Liverpool third and a League Cup, would that be a decent first season, given the possible flux at the club beyond Klopp?
Yeah, I mean, realistic terms, you'd think that would be, get a Champions League spot and win a trophy, but that is never enough for Liverpool, and it shouldn't be, because Jurgen Klopp has put Liverpool back to where they used to be. When Jurgen Klopp came in, the club was still searching for its first Premier League title. It was a club that I think it had won just one trophy since 2006, between in like 9 or 10 years. So Klopp has made Liverpool again. Arne Slot has got to maintain that and keep them where they are. And I think, it won't be enough to go in there and just kind of have a season of transition and, getting to know the squad and bringing these players in. He has to succeed straight away. We've seen at Man United that as soon as you kind of drop your standards, it's so hard to get back to where you were. United have struggled to get back to where they were since Sir Alex Ferguson's left. Arsenal have taken a long time since Arsene Wenger left to get back to where they should be. So, Liverpool can't afford to take a couple of backward steps under Arne Slot. He will be expected to probably to do better than Klopp has done this year. If Klopp finishes third and wins the League Cup, that's probably just the bare minimum for a club of Liverpool's stature. So Arne Slot has taken a massive job, one of the biggest clubs in the world. So the expectations that come with that are what you'd expect. So he can't go in there and have an easy ride. He has to win something. And otherwise, he might be a short-term manager. But that is the prize in the ticket when you manage a club at Liverpool.